Welcome back, and thanks so much for staying with us. And a special welcome once again to our viewers on onespotmedia.com. Up first this evening, the Health Ministry has suspended the COVID-19 vaccination program again. Now this as dwindling supplies continue to face the ministry. Now as a result, the ministry says there'll be no vaccinations this weekend. Our reporter Dashan Brown reports.
Chaos and confusion last Friday with people under 50 going for their second dose of the COVID-19 vaccine turned away from vaccination sites because of a shortage. That shortage pushed the government to suspend vaccination activities on Monday and Tuesday. But with no new doses arriving this week, the government is forced to suspend vaccination again. This time, none will take place over this weekend. A release from the Ministry of Health said vaccination will resume on Monday. The release went on to point out that due to the number of vaccines presently in the country, it will continue immunizing people who are 50 years and older and are due their second dose. The ministry says with the anticipated arrival of more vaccines in the island over the next 2 days, other members of the public are asked to wait for instructions on how to make appointments for their second dose. It reminded persons not to turn up at vaccination sites unless they are contacted by the health team and to take the necessary documentation such as vaccination cards, TRN, and a government-issued picture ID. Dashan Hendricks, TVJ News.
Now, meanwhile, nurses are now in dialogue with the Health Ministry about delayed payments for work done at vaccine blitz sites in March and April. NAJ President Patsy Edwards-Henry says they continue to get the runaround from the Ministry of Health and they're fed up. Shamela Pullen has that story.
Public health nurses have been stretched in recent times, working at vaccination centers added to their workload. Some worked well into the night, doubling up, having worked their regular shifts in the days. But President of the Nurses Association of Jamaica, NAJ, Patsy Edwards-Henry says some of our nurses who worked on March 27, April 3, and April 9 to 13 are yet to be paid.
A number of nurses who have worked at the blitz sites have not been paid. Number of nurses in the Southeast Regional Health Authority and a number of nurses in the Southern Regional Health Authority have not been paid. We understand that there were some glitches with the Southern region and the forms came in late, but we're not understanding why, since the last outcry, persons have not been paid.
Mrs. Edwards-Henry says the association has been making inquiries about the payment delays, but the NAJ keeps getting the runaround.
So the ministry says it's the region and the region says it's the ministry. And then when I go to the ministry, I hear I need to talk to the region. And when I talk to the region, I hear I need to talk to the ministry. And some persons just don't answer their phones after a while.
And with more vaccination blitzes on the horizon, the NAJ president says nurses are demotivated.
And as a result of that, the Southern region had challenges getting persons to work for the second blitz. So it's probably, the fact that we were out of vaccines probably is a blessing in disguise. I just believe that if you are asked to work and you are offered some form of payment and you enter into that contract, then it should be honored. It should be honored at any cost. And I just believe that the government needs to find a way to honor its obligation to the nurses.
When contacted, Health Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton says the ministry will be meeting with the regional health authorities starting today in Ocheria, St. Anne. The delay in payments for the nurses and other health personnel will be discussed. Shamela Pullen, TVJ News.